Hi, my name is Alyssa Hostetler. I'm part of the group The Cowboys, and this is our CIVE 4273 final project presentation.
Hello, my name is Zane Masri, and like Alyssa said, our team name is the Cowboys. The name Cowboys was selected in honor of Oklahoma State University's mascot, the Cowboys. As simple as the name is, we believe that when you get a degree in civil engineering from OSU, it says something about your capabilities as an engineer. As we go out into the workforce, we will confidently wear our team's name, the Cowboys.
So first, let's start with our activity on node diagram. We took table 2 and inserted it into Microsoft Project to generate this diagram. We also had a Gantt chart, but I didn't want to put it on here because it looked a little bit messy. But as you can see, our project start date is November 1st, 2021, and we got our finish date to be March 1st, 2023. So I'll zoom in here. We've included the early start, early finish, and late start, late finish, the project duration, the free flow, and the total flow, and then the task name at the top, of course. The critical path is outlined in red. And we did not use the work breakdown schedule within this file because it made it look a little bit too chaotic. It looked a lot nicer putting it in the order it was given to us in. So that is our activity on node diagram. Next up, we have our alternative project estimates. So we started with the data given in table 1 down here, and we needed to take the size information and the city cost index to figure out our factors for Dallas and St. Louis. So the size factors were the proposed over the original size of the building. So it was just divided by each other to get these factors. And then we have the location and time factors. The location factor was found using the city cost indexes, which were given in a table, but you take the proposed over the base city to get your cost or your location factor. And then the time factor was 1 plus 0.03 in this case to the n years for how many years away that project was. So that's those factors right here. And then we apply these factors to the appropriate pieces of the budget. So the site work was multiplied by the size factor for the site and so on. So all of those were multiplied in, and then the contingency was found using a sum of the first 4 tasks for the Dallas and St. Louis individually over the Oklahoma City budget. So we created a ratio of those and then multiplied by the contingency that was used for Oklahoma City to figure out what it needed to be for Dallas and St. Louis. And then we have our total directs here and then the total approved budget, which includes contingency. And this is multiplied by all the location and time factors as well. So we got a total for Dallas to be around 4.6 million and for St. Louis to be around 3.7 million.
Next up, we have our work breakdown structure on the right side of the screen. We started with table 1 and didn't change anything from the headings of that table. We just went in and picked the most appropriate heading for each of the work packages and split it up. We did not split it into construction engineering phases, which may have been more straightforward.
Next, we have our weekly cost histogram with our early and late start. So we were able to use our project files to get the data for the cost when we used an early schedule and when we used the late schedule. As you can see here, the early schedule is going to peak a little bit sooner, and it's going to be a lot heavier in this area. And then the late schedule is going to be a lot heavier in this area. And then the same thing applied to this cumulative cost distribution. So you can see the early is this red line and the late is the yellow line. So the early cost or the early schedules, again, the costs are going to accumulate faster, and then the late schedule is going to catch up, and it's all going to end at the same point. So the target was just an average of those two.
Next, we have our weekly resource distribution. This was done in Microsoft Project, and that's how we generated our graphs. This is what it looked like initially when we put in all the workers. As you can see, we have a lot of red on here, and you can see the distribution. We did get a new finish date of 3/24. Since we did this in project, the level of resources button did it for us, and we then just exported these graphs. Lastly, we have our earned value analysis. We got our project to be below budget and on track because the CPI is greater than 1 and the SPI was equal to 1. I believe that's everything we have. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.